Okay, so it's been a little over 10 days since Paramount announced that Starfleet Academy has been canceled. And if you read the room, a lot of people are quite happy about it.
Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah! Can you feel that, buddy? Huh? Huh? Huh?
And while the majority of the fans are really excited at the idea that there will be no more of this train wreck, there are a few out there who are not handling it well.
I assume you've heard the news by now that Starfleet Academy is not going to be coming back for season 3. Obviously, gutted. I thought we made an amazing show. The first season was fantastic.
Tough day around here today because we got the news that we won't be able to make a season 3 of Starfleet Academy for you, despite just finishing an excellent, super fun season 2 and the world getting to see our season 1.
Star Trek Starfleet Academy cadet actors talk cancellation and handling online negativity. And honestly, I've seen some of the video clips from these people, and it's just downright sad what's going on. It really is. Now, I get the point that these people are very upset at the fact that they've lost their job, and I would be too. But they're not seeing it from the perspective of the lifelong fans and how these characters represent the death and destruction of Star Trek. Now, the first comments come from Chrissy Brooks, and I'm not going to read all her comments. It's just the bottom one I find very interesting. But what I find annoying about what she's about to say here is the constant use of the word like. Almost seems like almost every other word that utters from her mouth was the word like. If it's not nice, like, let's just talk about it. Don't just say, like, I hate it because it's DEI. Tell me you hate it because of something else, and then we can have a conversation. Excuse me. What do you want people to say if they don't like it because they believe diversity, equity, and inclusion is the problem? But you don't want to hear that. You want to hear that it was something else. Well, because diversity, equity, inclusion really made your character one-dimensional. The writers only made you just one way, no real story arc, no character development. You were flat, boring, and uninteresting. Kareem Diani was quoted as saying that that's why I'm not on social media, be spreading love. Like even the negative comments that creep into my own page, I'll always respond with even love or like a little wink. I never respond to negativity with any kind of negativity. Now, he doesn't respond negatively, right? But here he is right here saying, Season 2 is gay as F, and I have so much BTS content coming your way. Please prepare to be sick of me. I'm going to be even louder and more annoying about this beautiful gay Klingon. We're going out in flames.
Hated it.
Karim talked about the original Star Trek facing its fair share of critics, and that the show was canceled and brought back. Well, this just proves it right there that you don't know what you're talking about, because the show never was brought back to be making more episodes. It was brought back in syndication. There is a major difference between the two. He also appreciated that his romance with Kyle wasn't a whole episode or a huge plot point. We're all very thankful for that. I have one question. Why is it that this character that you're playing always sounds like he needs a throat lozenge?
The first duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth, whether it's scientific truth or historical truth or personal truth. It is the guiding principle on which Starfleet is based. Now, if you can't find it within yourself to stand up and tell the truth about what happened, you don't deserve to wear that uniform.
The first duty of every Starfleet officer is to the truth. And the part there that matters is the historic truth. This show doesn't respect the history of Star Trek. It burned it. It burnt the history so it could inject characters who are one-dimensional. And you can tell me and you can argue with me all you want about how there's a petition out there to get this show back on the air and that there's 30,000 signatures. But first of all, I'm willing to bet that the majority of those signatures are fake. They're not legitimate. I don't buy it. And even if they are, Paramount seems to be making it very clear while they're interested in making Star Trek movies and perhaps putting Star Trek back on the air, they're more focused on shows like Tulsa Kings and Landman because those have an audience and yours does not. Anyway, I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on this video, so please drop those comments below and let me know. Until the next time, my friends, God bless.